Well, construction is well underway for the new Bills Stadium, with the companies that are building it facing new questions tonight. The new stadium agreement, you'll remember, required that 30% of the businesses hired must be minority or woman-owned. New numbers from Empire State Development show early on that's just not happening. The Bills and the main contractors say that only a handful of bid packages have even been offered yet, even fewer accepted. So is there reason to worry now that the project overall won't hit those targets? Joining us live is Erie County Legislature Chairwoman April Baskins. Ma'am, I appreciate your time and joining us here. I know you've been pushing for the community benefits agreement that got signed and then the overall stadium deal, outreach to minority and woman-owned businesses, very important to you. Walk us through first here your concerns as you look at the numbers early in the process.
Well, there's a larger concern that we have to focus on, and that really draws attention to why the construction management team on the stadium project has to be intimately engaged and want to do this work. And that is that marginalized communities are under attack from a national level with the Supreme Court's decision to ban affirmative action. And then when you think even locally here about the domestic terrorism that happened in East Buffalo, or the disproportionate impact of COVID-19, or the Christmas blizzard, we have marginalized communities here in the city of Buffalo that truly, truly need every opportunity to excel and be at their best. And that's why when we think about opportunities, especially such a big one, like a $1.5 billion construction project, and the fact that the state requires inclusion of marginalized communities to be able to be included on this project as the utmost importance, we have to take it seriously. The fact that we are this far into the project, that we've seen $600 million in bids being awarded, money out the door, and we can't really conceptualize how much of that $600 million has been spent with local, minority, women, and disabled veteran business contractors. We are in a dangerous spot.
You mentioned to the Buffalo News in an article about this that you know a, quote, laundry list of people who are willing to work but have not heard any contact from the team. Are you working with them to try to better coordinate with the Bills? And I know you also discussed your concerns just overall with transparency in all this.
Yes. So my office gets calls quite often because, as you said in the beginning, I was leading the initiatives to make sure that we went above and beyond traditional inclusion efforts when it came to getting this deal done, most notably with the community benefits agreement. So it is every day that there are calls to my office. How does my firm figure out how to be included? Chairwoman Baskin, you told us that you fought for small contractor packages to be able to be a part of this deal. Where are the smaller packages? How does my small firm that only has a staff of 3 to 5 people, where do we fit in? And that's a good question because it is outlined clear as day in the lease agreement that those types of efforts and initiatives have to be prioritized. And at this point, I don't see them happening. So yes, my office is keeping a list of local residents who are certified by the state who want to engage. And I'm here and ready to pass that list over to the construction management team, Gilbane and Turner Construction. But I'm asking them to step up because that's what they took money to do. That's what they are agreed to do when the Bills hired them. To abide by the structure of the lease agreement. And it says that they're supposed to be working with very specific community groups on marginalized inclusion, and they're supposed to be going out into the community, not only asking people to come out to the stadium to hear about their opportunities. So we got to see the Gilbane and Turner team step it up quite a bit.
I'm out of time, but real quickly, if you can, are you kind of sounding the alarm now because we are early in the process and there's still time to get this right? And are you confident at the end of the day that the goal will be met?
I'm confident at the end of the day that the Buffalo Bills want to do the right thing. I need to see more action on behalf of Turner and Gilbane Construction. And yes, even though they are saying that only 2 bid packages have gone out and there's still so much more money to go out the door, I know that the decisions on who's going to have access to that money is going to be happening within this next 6 months. It may take 3 years to build a stadium, but it certainly doesn't take 3 years to spend the $850 million in taxpayers' incentives that went to build this stadium. So we need to keep an eye on that money. We need to make sure that it gets back into the pockets of our local residents. so that they can have access to opportunities for their local business and boost our economy locally.
Well, it's something we will continue to follow for sure. Erie County Legislature Chairwoman April Baskin, thanks so much for helping us better understand this.
Thank you for having me. Good night.